to congratulate our women. Wow, great win at Maryland, and hard place to do that. So congratulations to Sean and her group. Proud of our guys. Thought we withstood what's the right word I want to use, the kind of out of rhythm part of having Tommy back. I expected that a little bit. Very similar to last year when Terrence was coming back. You just kind of, things change. I will not lie, I was smiling yesterday in practice. Just having him back, we look different, we play different. So that was nice to have him back. I thought he forced some things early. It's okay. But I thought it was a game that resembled us first semester. Downhill driving, getting fouled, getting to the line. Tommy opens all of that up. I thought that we were led by two freshmen that had spectacular days today. It's hard to get 15 rebounds in a college basketball game against a quality opponent. And Mraz he had double-double and a half, I think. And so you got a double-double from Tommy, and he's about 60% with conditioning. But then we rode Will, and I thought Will was spectacular today. That KJ wasn't his best. It's nice to be able to win in a lot of ways, and I thought that was tremendous. I thought Kylan Boswell, I thought his spirit, his energy, defensively, really challenged him the last couple of days in practice, and I thought he did a good job. Those two guards are terrific. People aren't talking about Mobley enough on the national scene. He is spectacular. I thought that I felt like we kind of wore them down late in the second half. Just going over the top, just continually chasing them, forcing them into twos. I think they shot 32% from the 2-point line. You don't win a lot of games when you do that, and I thought we forced them into some hard shots. That Bruce has got the ability to make hard shots. He did that, but I thought when they started missing a little bit, then it kind of triggered our 15-0 run and gave us a great opportunity to win the ball game.
Coach, what was it exactly about the lineup that kind of ignited that second half run? Just a good mix of players or guys stepping up?
Well, I think it was just the matchup. I think it's I thought that I probably left KJ in too long. He got tired. He missed a couple free throws, and then we put the ball in Will's hands. And that's something that we do every single day in practice. Will, for a lot of the year, has played as the second team point guard, so he's really comfortable doing that, handling the ball, initiating offense. And today, I thought he was just able to get to his spots, and that was with both bigs in, setting screens, created a lot of opportunities, and he was sensational at it. So I thought it was just the right lineup at the right time, and Bam was getting downhill, and Draven always does that, and I liked what Draven and Kylan were doing defensively. So it was pretty comfortable with that group.
Brad, what went into the starting lineup shakeup? Obviously, Tommy coming back impacts that, but what went into that, and what did you feel you got out of that?
Analytics, numbers, creating a better rotation for not having light guys. To be very honest, I haven't loved bringing Dre and Will off the bench. I think they're like guys. I thought that we hadn't been really efficient starting games with Tommy out. I think our numbers have been fabulous in top 150 games per 100 possessions with Merez and Tommy in. And I thought Tommy would be limited a little more than he was tonight, minute-wise. But I thought it was it was pretty good. And I thought Ben was sensational. I mean, I think Royal had 2 the first half against him. Yeah, I was pretty upset, to be very honest with you, with Perez at halftime, even though he had a double-double, because I thought his on-ball defense was lacking.
Brad, only 23-point attempt today, by a fair margin, your fewest this year. Is that just today's kind of matchup, or is that something indicative of a?
Well, they're really good at taking them away. They let you play 2-on-2 in the ball screens. They play very similar to the way we played, a couple years ago. They ice everything on the side. They force you into 2-on-2 ball screen coverage. It was good for us because it allowed us to get downhill. So they're going to take away threes. Their numbers are reflective of that.
Coach, when were you able to figure out that not only were you going to be able to play Tommy, but play him 30 minutes? I mean, you said he was only about 60% conditioning wise.
Yeah, I kept asking him how he felt. Adam Fletcher's done an incredible job with him, just through the workup of finding out what he can do from our docs, and then just starts with gradual bicycle stuff. But I truly went in knowing there's nothing like playing and running up and down. Yesterday was a full day, and we probably did a little more in practice yesterday because Tommy was in. But I didn't know. I was going to play it by ear, see how he felt, but yeah, it was put a smile on my face to have him back.
When did he get the go-ahead to maybe be a full participant in practice? And
Yesterday. So he's been a process with, I don't even know what today is. Yesterday or today's? Today's Sunday, so he did it. He was able to do some stuff on Friday when we got back. I'm sorry, I'm all confused on the days. He had we met with our docs and had all the scans that he had to have for his spleen and all that. And we didn't do much on coming back from Lincoln because we got stuck with the weather. So yesterday was a full day.
Brad, what do you think is the biggest difference about Will now versus a month ago? And then how did he handle when things were tough? Where now it's obviously going for him.
Yeah, the great thing about Will is he's never changed. His love for the game exceeds everything else. We have a system in our gym called the NOAA. It's a shooting system, and we get weekly reports every week, and his numbers are always, he's number 1. He's never changed his work ethic. He's fought through defensive stuff that we've been trying to do with him. And it's like I keep telling him, the best part about doing that is you're going to be great on the other side. And that sounds very cliche, and I'm sorry, but it works that way. That's life. And then we've literally played him out of position a lot intentionally, playing him on the ball with the second team. And when his first team reps have been smaller, he's been more of the wing. But I think all of that is starting to really pay off for him.
Along those lines with him, he talked about understanding his role better as the season's gone on. Just broadly, when you have a freshman who comes in, they're kind of all everything their whole life and has to adjust. What's the process there?
That's all of them, by the way.
Sure.
And I think it speaks to who he is, his character. I think his work ethic, his character. He's a good teammate. He's really, really competitive. So he is never, not one time has he even blinked about accepting or not accepting a role. And he knows that I've got a lot of trust in him offensively. And that's all because he works as hard as any person can work, and he puts the time in. So it was just a matter of time. Getting comfortable, getting acclimated, you get confidence, seeing college level defenses and not AAU defenses. So he's been spectacular from that standpoint.
Which thoughts on Kyle Boswell accepting and responding to his role coming off the bench? Plus 15 in the plus minus, 5 for
Absolutely. And for Colin, it's I don't care what he scores, what he shoots. For me, he's an elite defender, and he's got great savvy. And to be very honest, he's pretty damn tough. But I want his spirit to be great. I want his energy to be great. I want him to lead that way. I want to, and so I'll be very honest. I challenged the heck out of him yesterday in practice, and I want that competitive fight. And I thought defensively he was sensational today. And it's amazing when you worry about all that other stuff. Maybe you worry about me. Maybe you worry about not starting. I don't know, but. Other than his little smoked layup, it was an incredible performance. He was terrific.
Brad, you mentioned it yesterday about Morez, but it almost felt like today he was yelling at guys to shoot it because I'll just go get it. If it misses, I'll just go get it. It almost seems like that's an old school post touch for him if he can just go get it off the glass and dunk it.
It's one we really like. Yeah, and I think it's one of the things that was challenging a little bit with Tommy out was we saw some five-way switching, and the best way to attack five-way switching is on the glass. And they went to it a little bit and quit icing us and went to five-way switching a little bit. And Momo just goes and gets them all, and that's a great way to do it. And he's bouncy and athletic and strong and very hard to block out, to be very honest.
Brad, Dre's dunk, how big a momentum play was that? And your vantage point had to be pretty good for that one.
Did you see where he left from? I mean, you couldn't shoot back in the day, but I'm sure that's about the area where you left from on your breakaway dunks. Holy balls of wax was that? I just turned around and wow. But yeah, that's what athleticism he has. It was a big play because it was coming out of a timeout that they had in isolation. He made a great read, and he's high flyer. There's no doubt about that.
Rez mentioned forcing the tough twos. He doesn't think guards can do that for a whole game, just to be forced into taking a contested shot. Is that something you just, even if say Bruce Thornton makes a couple, just stick with it because eventually they will?
It's really hard. It's really, really hard. We call it choke your motor, to come off a ball screen with a guy on your hip and have two guys in front of you, Perez and Tommy, and be efficient doing that. Now, Bruce is special. He's big, he's strong, and he's really good at them. We were trying to get him off the three-point line, and he hit a couple. They're a very, very good off-the-dribble shooting team, and that's not easy to find. And what did Mobley go for the game? Was he
6 of 21.
6 of 21, 4 of 8 from 3. More threes than we would have wanted, but again, we're forcing them into twos, and those are wins for us.
Brad, we've talked at times this year about ceilings and floors for you guys. When you look at the last 14 days or so when you guys have been incomplete roster-wise, how much do you think about that when evaluating?
I go about 28 days because I go to back to the KJ, and that's time lost. That was a good time to get healthy. I can't go change the past, but I think our guys have gotten better. They've all had to step up and be productive, and that is so comforting. Now we've got to develop chemistry. We've got to develop a grit and a fight, and play with a spirit that is worthy of a team who wants to do something in postseason.
Apologies if you already asked this, but when we talked to Jake Diebler, he said he didn't like some of the decision-making of his team those final 7-8 minutes. You were forcing them to maybe take some runners, shots that were early in the shot clock, things they didn't want to take that quickly. What did you do defensively in that final 8 minutes that allowed you to force them into some of those looks where they weren't playing as he put it, maybe the smartest basketball?
I think we were just persistent. I think it was the same thing we did the entire game. I thought that it's just what we do. We don't vary from that. We haven't varied from that in years. We're going to force teams, into hard twos. We're going to rear view contest. I thought we did a much better job of what we call not a review contest, not fouling. Bruce put a couple on us early. And that's hard to do. That's fatiguing, it's challenging. When you're wired to score like both of those guys are, you know, they're gonna take some shots, they're gonna make some. But, you know, I thought we did a much better job of just being, winning the battle at the ball screen, but just staying relentless and forcing them down into the paint for twos.
So big picture wise, what's the significance of getting this one, particularly at home, and kind of setting the table for the stretch run?
My biggest thing is it's a quad one win. I don't know, that's 6 of them, that's a lot. We got about 10 more. Quad one, I don't know how many we got a lot of quad one wins. I told you guys, I played to those rankings and those metrics a lot, but that's a good basketball team we beat today. Long term, I don't think like that. I think next game, but we just got to keep getting better, and we're going to continue to do that in practice and working with some of the lineups we're working and just keep the grind on. It's February. It's time to keep strong, keep healthy, and be your best. Thank you.